Moving on to part 5. On February 26, 2021, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the remakes to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, were announced on that day's Pokemon Presents, a video version of Nintendo Direct, with the release date of November 2021. Another Pokemon game called Pokemon Legends Arceus was announced during that same presentation and is slated to be released in early 2022. The game takes place in an ancient era of the Sinnoh region, and before it was called that, it was called the Hisui region. Anyway, this is all I can talk about the Poke characters. This is all I can talk about the history of Pokemon. Now I'm gonna tell you about the creatures. The creatures and what they really are. Creatures themselves are actually based on various plants, insects, animals, objects, and other concepts inhabiting virtually every corner of the world, no matter which canon's interpretation seen. Many make their homes in forests and tall grass and on rural routes stretching across various regions, while still others are native to the cities and other urban centers. Currently, there are 901 discovered Pokemon. Typically, Pokemon that is owned by a person is kept inside a device called a Pokeball, which allows them to be quickly sent into battle or to perform a task while keeping them safe and making them easier to transport, with balls typically being able to fit into your pocket. Many Pokemon owned by humans are called Pokemon trainers. However, some choose to remain outside of their Pokeballs and travel with their trainer on foot. Pokemon begin their lives by hatching from eggs, with the exception of most mythical and legendaries. Many of them will evolve and grow stronger and larger during their lives. Most Pokemon are not immortal, as can be seen from the tombstones found in various burial grounds like Lavender Town's Pokemon Tower and many other cemeteries in the regions. Though their abilities far surpass those of normal animals, the majority of the Pokemon are not immortal, as those who do not follow the series as closely may deduce. Many Pokemon are much powerful than others, and some due to this, such as the mythical and legendaries, are passed into legends that were told in the world of Pokemon. It has been consistently illustrated whether or not these Pokemon really do have powers that their legends state, though the general consensus is that, in the wild, Pokemon's abilities are truly those of the legends, while a trainer who captures one in a Pokeball limits its strength. Many Pokemon may also be influenced by yokai, supernatural creatures from Japanese folklore with strange abilities and sometimes even created from inanimate objects. Pokemon are fictional creatures that are central to the franchise video games and the anime series. There are currently 901 species that inhabited the world of Pokemon. However, it is implied that there are more waiting to be discovered. Inherent to them are several fantastic powers not demonstrated by most real animals, such as manipulation of the elements and aspects of life such as electricity or fire. Pokemon are shown to exist instead of animals in this world, although the animals were seldom appearing in older media. While most Pokemon resemble animals and behave like them, there are many that do not resemble animals at all. They take on other forms such as plants, inanimate objects, machines, human-like forms, or other more enigmatic and exotic appearances, or extraterrestrial types. Pokemon inhabit an inextricably diverse range of habitats, ranging from the driest deserts to the luscious jungles, to the forests, the deepest oceans, to the highest mountains, and everything else in between, and even outer space and other dimensions. Pokemon take up various ways of living in those places. However, they can all be befriended and be made into potential allies. Many Pokemon are able to evolve from or into other Pokemon, the process that typically makes them larger and stronger and more closely resembling the growth and development or metamorphosis rather than evolution in the real world. Pokemon typically know several techniques that they use in battle or elsewhere, either to defend themselves or their trainer, or to perform a simple task. In the anime, most Pokemon are known to say their own names, while in the video games, they both have a distinct voice that is associated with each species. Pokemon have been, from the very beginning, were spoken to as friends and partners to the humans of the world of Pokemon, helping them with various tasks, from constructing buildings or exploring. Many people in Pokemon world take their Pokemon with them on a journey to collect gym badges and compete in various Pokemon leagues as Pokemon trainers, using them in battles against other Pokemon owned by trainers and also found in the wild. While in the Alola region, trainers and their Pokemon instead take the trials on an island challenge in their journey. In addition, there are many different tournaments in which the traders can compete together with Pokemon, such as Pokemon contests or Pokéthons. Across 8 generations of the games, Pokemon are typically found in one of the 5 manners, encountering them in tall grass, fighting them in a cave or ancient ruins, or going fishing for them, or go surfing for them in the water, or trading with a non-playable character. They are often joined by several more ways in which to encounter a Pokemon, such as headbutting the trees, or obtaining and hatching eggs, or using a Poke Radar. In the anime, Pokemon were shown to be creatures with distinctively more anthropomorphic qualities than real-life animals, with several of them being able to speak. Some Pokemon have the ability to speak the dubbing language of English instead of their own names, such as Meowth of Team Rocket. They often be able to mostly understand human language, while most humans cannot understand Pokemon's language, although there are few who claim they can. Most species speak only one word, their own name, etc. Pikachu saying Pika Pikachu, and so forth, while some Pokemon only grunt or roar, such as Charizard. The anime takes a clear stance of the right and wrong on the use of Pokemon. Trainers such as Ash are shown to treat their Pokemon with love and care and respect as partners and friends, while evil organizations like Team Rocket show to keep Pokemon as mere tools, keeping them locked in cages and making them fight to exhaustion. A stark contrast to Ash's Pikachu, who he treats it as his best friend, keeps it on his shoulder rather than a Pokeball because of its own preference. The anime also has given a more in-depth history of human interaction with Pokemon that were given in the games. In the Pokemon radio drama, The Birth of Mewtwo, it is implied Pokemon came into this world after human species did. Pokeballs have not existed forever, and are in reality an apparent recent development, with one owned by a young Professor Oak being shown to be vastly different than the ones used in modern times. Prior to the invention and mass production of Pokeballs, people tended to use hollowed-out apricorns, the ones that are native to Johto, to catch Pokemon, while even further back, Pokemon were not known as Pokemon, but as magical creatures, or known in Japanese as Maju. In these times, Pokemon were apparently feared because of their powers, sometimes so great that the most powerful of those monsters passed into legends were often seen as deities in their own right. Interestingly, when Ash's friends, through their interaction with the history of the 12th Pokemon movie, Arceus and the Jewel of Life, seemingly invented the term Pokemon to refer to these creatures. This, however, created a bootstrap paradox, as the knowledge and the use of the word comes only from its wide use in future time. what may remain true is that the term came into practice elsewhere on its own. According to the guidebook of Pocket Monsters the Animation, it gives some more detail on Pokemon. Specifically, they were rumored to have been created by God on the 7th day of creation as doodles, and since they were created on holiday, they were commanded to neither rule over nor be ruled by humanity. It is often also inferred that they had some relationships to mer people and dragon myths, and their species was discovered by a French nobleman named Count Tangerine, a subtle reference to Satoshi Tajiri, the creator of the series, during the 18th century. Anyway, this is all I can tell you about what the creatures of Pokemon are and what they really look like. Now, on to the anime. The original series made its debut from April 1st, 1997 to November 14, 2002 in Japan, and from the US, September 7 to October 25, 2003 on Kids WB in the US. During the original series, a rookie trainer who goes by the name of Ash Ketchum begins his journey in Kanto, leaving his home of Pallet with the only starter that Professor Oak had left to give, a reluctantly and moody Pikachu. Ash's quest begins in earnest to defeat all the gym leaders of Kanto region and to the Pokemon League as soon as he gained Pikachu's trust. He was also joined by other two mentors, Misty and Brock. And after competing in the Indigo League Conference After competing in the Indigo Plateau Conference League and not performing as well as he had hoped, Ash then journeys to the Orange Archipelago to receive a GS ball from Professor Ivy, as that thing cannot be transported to Professor Oak by a PC. And during that time, Ash competes in another Pokemon League called the Orange League and meets a new friend named Tracy Sketchin. When Oak couldn't figure how to open the GS ball on Ash's return to Pallet, the professor then sends Ash to the Johto region to give that Pokeball to Kurt. And while there, Ash again competes in another Pokemon Johto League, the Silphic Conference. The journey was based on two different generations of the series, being based on both generations 1 and 2, red and blue, yellow, and gold, silver, and crystal. And it was dubbed by an English dubbed by a company known as 4Kids Entertainment, though I still enjoyed it as one of the best besides Pokemon USA. The next series was Ruby and Sapphire, which aired from Japan in November 21st, 2002 to September 14th, 2006, and aired on Kids WB from November 1st, 2003 to March 3rd, 2007 on Cartoon Network. In this series, Ash travels to the Hoenn region in an effort to compete in the Hoenn League. He there is joined not by Misty, but who had been a continuous companion for the entirety of the original series, but joined by May, a rookie trainer from Petalburg City who at first merely wishes to travel. Eventually, she learns of Pokemon contests and declares herself to become a contest coordinator, training to win 5 ribbons so she could enter the Grand Festival. May's brother Max also joins in the group as well and helps map out routes to take using his Pokénav. However, Max was too young to have his own Pokemon, and Brock, one of Ash's companions in the original series, returns as well after the start of the series, while Misty only made 2 several episode cameos in the appearance. After Ash competes in the Hoenn League, Ash and Brock return to Kanto while May and Max return to Petalburg City. While on his way to Pallet Town, Ash meets Scott, who had been observing Ash's battle skills, invites him to enter the battle frontier.